Roger and James here from the DisKingdom Podcast. We're going to be continuing on our discussions about the initial announcement of the Fox Disney deal. In this episode, we're going to be primarily focusing on the theme park aspect because there's going to be a big thing as far as bringing the brands into the parks, but also there are some issues with existing content somewhere else. And also there was even a quote from Bob Iger about during all the conference calls and stuff afterwards, where he's not expecting a lot of the stuff to be utilized in the parks very, very soon, which kind of makes sense. I think, they're not looking at this as going, oh, we can build a new Planet of the Apes area, but we'll get into that in a minute. But so first off, from the Disney side of things, it makes Avatar suddenly a very good idea. That's suddenly everyone's concept of, it's not Disney, but it is now.
Yeah, it's not Disney. Well, Star Tours wasn't Disney either when that came out. But yeah, pardon me. The whole Avatar thing is great news for Disney. Yeah. They still don't actually own Avatar, though. I think James Cameron.
No, I think they actually do. I think they might actually own the IP for this. I think it might be. I think obviously Cameron is maybe got a key part of it, but Avatar, I think, is a massive thing because the movie's coming out. But even James Cameron said before the deal, Disney put more money in than Fox at this point.
Right, yeah. I mean, he's all in with Disney at this point on the Avatar side of things. So there's that. The one thing that struck me about this is Disney may have closed the Great Movie Ride a little too soon because now they own most of those movies. But, I mean, I honestly, it needed to either be overhauled anyway or completely tossed out and turned into the Mickey roller coaster thing that they're doing there anyway. So, but yeah, I just found that ironic. It's like, it's a ride in Disney World or Hollywood Studios that doesn't feature Disney movies, and now it actually does, but it's not there anymore.
One of the things quite funny was this week it kind of came out that Stitch's Great Escape or Alien Encounter, whatever they want to call it, over in Magic Kingdom is closing down. And go, no, they should reopen it and put an alien in the middle. A proper alien encounter. Like, yeah, I do think there's this thing of from Disney's Hollywood Studios and over here in Europe, Walt Disney Studios. It would be very interesting to see them incorporate more movie content into the park. Hollywood Studios suddenly becomes a lot more open if you actually try to move away from it being Disney, and you have, some museums and some aspects in there that can be done quite quickly, but also utilizing a load of these franchises for new attractions, either at Hollywood Studios or even creating a new park that is more universally styled, where it's not about children in the same, it's older things. So while I don't think we're going to see very much going on there for 10 plus 15 years before
it's going to take forever.
The parks teams, it takes a lot longer for them to come in. You'll probably start seeing posters going up in Hollywood Studios and stuff to kind of make it look a little bit more. They have got those access rights, but it's going to take a while to come in, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, even if they'd been planning this beforehand, even if they'd been like, oh man, if this deal goes through, we need to put an X-Men ride right there. You still got to plan the ride. You've got to budget the ride. You have to figure out, do I need to destroy any other rides? Can I rebrand rides? Because I wouldn't be surprised if, say, the Rock and Roller Coaster ended up getting rebranded at some point in the same way that's Scream. Hey, hey, Mad Max or something like that. I don't, the same way that Screamin' is getting rebranded over in Disneyland or California Adventure, whichever park it's in. So, but I want to go back there. I noticed you said universally, and see what you did there.
It's that kind of thing of Universal have now got a bit of an issue going on because they've heavily invested in Simpsons area which now it's like. Especially Orlando, it's like Men in Black is a Sony movie based on a Marvel comic. You have Islands of Adventure, which is Marvel. Now you're going to have the Simpsons area, which is there. I'm trying to think if there was any other franchises that were included in that purchase.
They're probably a couple of small ones thrown in there.
and Harry Potter obviously is not, and the Mummy.
The Mummy's Transformers in there?
No, Transformers. No. It's definitely that thing of they've just lost a big chunk again of their parks. Again, they've probably got a license in place that it'll be around for a while, and nothing's going to be changing. Because Simpsons actually, I think, actually would be a very good fit for Hollywood studios as a new area. But the trouble is, again, for me, Simpsons actually is one of those franchises and brands that is. I can't remember a time I didn't watch Simpsons. So they're very much that family. It's a family-based show, and it's been around for so long, and I don't think it's going to be going anywhere. But it does leave Universal again with a massive issue of they've now got another new area in their theme park, which is not their property. And Disney now, you can be like, well, you can go over to Universal Studios. Yeah, a third of that park is ours.
Yeah, I mean, that's the insidious part of it. Obviously, Universal's going to rebrand. I mean, they already had to rebrand the Island of Adventures. That was coming up in the near future anyway, relatively near future. And The Simpsons will get rebranded as something else. But honestly, speaking directly to Universal here, take the opportunity and don't just rebrand the rides. Don't just turn the Simpsons ride into,
it's already been done once as well.
It has. But the Universal rides just need to be redone. There's so many of those rides. They're all the same. And everybody I talk to is like, oh, man, those rides just make me feel so sick or nauseous or whiplashy. The freaking Dr. Seuss, snaps your neck. But this would be a great opportunity for Universal or NBC to go in there and put in some new rides. Not just take the old rides and put them a new fresh coat of paint on them, some of which are freaking recent. The Simpsons ride isn't that old, but
it was a rejig of the Back to the Future ride now, wasn't it? So it wasn't really it was that's a 20-odd-year-old vehicle. They
just took the tops off and put a video screen up where Sideshow Bob laughs at you maniacally. They definitely need to update their rides because I can't even go to Universal because I just know I'm going to go on 2 rides and be done. No, my stomach can't take any more of this.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, Comcast actually was apparently put in a bigger bid for Fox than Disney, but apparently Fox felt that it was better to go with Disney, even though it would be easier for them to get it through. And I just generally feel like there was a bit they prefer owning a chunk of Disney than a chunk of Comcast or Universal, but. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens in the long term. It's going to take probably 5 to 10 years before we see anything major happen in the parks. They'll probably start planning stuff now and working out what to do, but with all ironically, Hollywood studios could really benefit from this a lot, and also even a new park based on different attractions and mixing it all up. But let's leave Universal. Now we've got the same thing we've had with Marvel Land of what's the deal with Simpsons? Is there a time limit? Does it run out at 2030? Does it? We just don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, Disney obviously they're very busy getting Star Wars Land up and running, Toy Story Land up and running, all sorts of stuff like that. So even if they wanted to, they don't want to take away from. Oh yeah, we're opening up Galaxy's Edge. We're opening up Toy Story Land because. If you come out and say, all right, well, and in 2022, we're opening up Family Guy American Dad Land, which would never happen, but let's use that as an example anyway. And then people are like, well, I'm just going to wait till 2022 rather than trying to go in there and do the Star Wars and then Toy Story or Toy Story and then Star Wars. And then it's like, let's finish one project and then worry about the future project.
The fact that Disney've not even done stuff with things like Tangled and Big Hero 6 and Zootopia and stuff, the parks generally do run very slow behind the rest of the company because everything takes so much longer there. So it's that kind of thing. In one way, it's not going to affect it for the short term, and also. Universal's got to. They've probably now scratched their head, going, "We've just lost another section. Let's go out there and buy Sega because we've got Mario World coming in. We need something." But by the time they take it all out, maybe it might be that thing of actually, no, this is a good time to reboot that area. But that could be 10, 15 years away.
It could be, but I mean, this is definitely one of those industries where you have to go. There might be a lot of work that needs to be put into this, but if you do it right,
Yeah.
you could pay dividends for decades.
Yeah, but then this is where Universal are lacking in the fact that they do not have enough of their own brands and franchises to fill the area out without going out to other companies.
And I will tell you though, flat out though, if they expand the Harry Potter area, like in both of their parks, you know, there will be thousands, if not millions, of fans who will just jump for joy to have more Harry Potter content.
It is, but at the same time, it's certainly putting too many eggs into one basket for that as well.
Oh yes,
especially if they, you know, the Fantastic Beasts and all the rest of it.
But when you only have 5 chickens, you know, you're not going to invest in 20 baskets.
No.
So,
but we'll have to know what you guys think of the theme park. This, like I said, this is like a very early talk. We're going to be talking about this probably a lot in the coming months ahead. But we'll have to know your thoughts. You can check us out over at DisKingdom.com. You can hit that subscribe button. Where can they find you, James?
Find me heroiclegacy.com.
And on that, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you guys soon. Later.